Candace Shaw. I am 37. I've been coming to CrossFit, I want to say now, this would be my 7th week. So I just completed the LSN Community Challenge about a week and a half ago. During that challenge, it was about building your plate, which was a struggle for me in figuring out exactly what to eat and when to eat it and how much of that to eat. In completing the challenge, I found myself more interested in weighing everything to make sure I was like down to the penny about each of the foods that I had to eat. I found it difficult at first, necessarily understanding the different carbohydrates and sugars that went into each individual food, so I followed the more simple plan. I learned people usually tell me I'm like real determined, like you're determined, and you know, and when you set your mind to something, you like really stick to it. And I had some scenarios that I could say, yeah, you know, they were right, but doing this, I was really like, okay, you are actually determined, because I found myself like really being head on and like flipping everything over, reading, okay, so do I really need to add more fat? If I only knew I needed 7, do I need to add more fat because other things had fats in them that I never really calculated at first? So instead of adding things to it, I started actually reading the packages on everything in order to be sure that I was eating the right macros at the right time. So within the first 2 weeks, I have a scale in my bathroom, so every morning I was going in there, getting on the scale. Every morning I was going. But the first 2 weeks I was also doing my fundamentals, so I wasn't necessarily in the gym 3 and 4 days a week. So I was eating a lot of the rest cardio options in the nutrition plan because I wasn't doing a whole lot of working out. I was just doing the cardio piece. So I was getting on the scale every day. When I found that within that first 2 weeks I had lost 4 pounds, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I was pumped. But then even after I incorporated the working out with the eating, those 4 pounds were the only 4 pounds that the scale had still moved. But then I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and that's when I laughed about something, and I looked at my side profile, and then once I saw like my first 2 abs, I was like, oh God, okay, so it's not really about the scale. And I've always heard that, but unfortunately I just wasn't a firm believer until I realized I was 3 weeks into the challenge. The scale still hadn't moved beyond those 4 pounds, but I looked better. And that was kind of the eye-opening to me. Okay, just lay off the scale a little bit and just focus on keeping the day-to-day habits of what you were doing. I would have to say where I lacked confidence is that I was very eager to get results, but I wasn't necessarily sure how to get there. By starting with the nutritionist, because they say, you know, you are what you eat, starting with the nutritionist piece kind of put me on the track to being more confident that I know I'm on the right path now versus I think I'm doing the right thing, I'm not really sure. So I think by doing the nutrition and adding in this workout, first of all, it's very time effective. When you find going to the other gyms, you're not on a boom, boom, boom. You have to wait for equipment and stuff like this. So to have CrossFit and it individualized workouts that everybody can work out at the same time versus one at a time, I find has really put me on a new lifestyle change. Staying with Becca's eating habits and adding the CrossFit, I think I can take it not just for that 5-week challenge, but now I can kind of go on and make it a more of a lifestyle change. As a new client to CrossFit as well as to the nutrition challenge, I'd recommend this to anyone who has ever been on the fence about what to eat, when to eat it, and how much of a workout you truly need in order to see results. CrossFit and the nutrition accompanied together will not only help you get going, but also to make a lifestyle change for yourself. Thank you, Zach, for allowing me to be a member, and also Becca for being there and providing the information that I really needed to get on the right track.